Hello everyone, it's Ant Hazuki here with another patch update video for the Shenmue collection. So the collection received a new patch for PS4 and Xbox One on Tuesday this week. It's patch number 1.03 and it's another huge stride forward for this collection. Strangely, the console versions are now way behind the PC version, as the PC version had patches 1.05 and 6 released at the same time. I'll be covering both in this video. Now, before I get into the nitty-gritty of the details, for those that are short on time, let me get straight to the point. The game was quite broken on release, but the patches have now improved things immeasurably. If you're on the fence about buying the collection, or you've just simply been waiting until further patches have come along, I can tell you that these games are now more than good enough to get stuck in. Whilst it's a shame that they were released in the state that they're in, I'm pleased that the developers have put the efforts in to iron out these problems. And I would say that my opinion has now changed from this collection being a okay / disappointing way of playing two of the best games of all time, at least in my opinion anyway. I would now say that this is a good way of playing them, and I recommend anybody picking these up, particularly as the price is now dropping, considering we're in AAA territory coming towards the end of the year. Now onto the patches themselves, and starting with 1.03 for consoles. Now there is no official patch list that there is for PC for consoles. Best that I could find was a Sega Europe tweet, which echoes the patch notes that you can look at if you examine the update list on your PS4. It does appear to be different from 1.03 PC patch, which was actually really limited. This seems to contain a lot more, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is a 1.03 and 1.04 PC patch that's been applied, particularly as it's been over a month since the last console patch was applied. Now, having played this for a few hours over the last week, I will say that this is another big increase, probably not as big as 1.02, which, if you've seen my previous video, fixed a huge array of bugs, and as well as fixing the major graphical issues in the game, including the crushed blacks on Shenmue 2. This is a dual visual and audio fix again. And where I can see the most improvements is the sound effects. The sound effects were really bad in the original release, and it was fixed mostly in 1.02. This is when you were in QTE sequences and other areas, and it would disappear, and it happened throughout the game. Hugely improved to in the last patch, but it still occurred, that I found out after putting my last video out. This now does appear to be fixed. I couldn't find any examples of that continuing to happen. Second thing is nice is I swear that the actual voice track in the game has improved further. Again, when I played the game unpatched, the voice track was so distorted, I had to take out my hi-fi system. Massively improved in 1.02, and again I would say that they've improved it by adding some sort of processing effects afterwards, because it sounds a lot clearer, particularly in Shenmue 1. Overall it's a solid patch. And moving on to the PC notes for 1.05 and 6, console players have a lot to look forward to. I think we're now in the territory where pretty much most of the major problems have been fixed, and we're now looking into lots of the minor annoyances. So 1.05 and 6, we have a lot of focus on particularly the mini games. There's been a lot of problems with the mini games. So for example, my last video I highlighted Outrun 2 had really low background volume. That's been fixed. The corrupted audio and golden quarter tomato mark convenience store, which was always annoying, that's been fixed. The blocky shadows from Shenmue 1 have been fixed, as well as lip syncing issues. The inverted controls for Space Harrier and Afterburner 2 are no longer inverted, which is great because I could never actually play those games properly and therefore win the toys, so I'll be able to do that the next time I play through the game. Sometimes the final game would corrupt on Shenmue 1, which meant that, or you would just simply lose the ability to play a 70-man battle and have different weather conditions. That's been fixed. Debuita parking lot, I noticed that as well. I actually thought that was something left over from the first game, but it's been confirmed as a bug. Essentially, it was really difficult to actually train there. That you can now train there really easily, which is also very, very good. Yeah, in general, this is a really comprehensive, large list of small issues which the development team have now all fixed, which is great. Again, you can just say it's a shame that when you buy a collection like this, these are all the sort of things that you would expect to be perfect before they release the game. Although you can more say that it's, I guess, a sign of our times that even ports of games seem to be so buggy. Depends really. Some remasters of games are just out of this world. Some of them are really bad. Shenmue Collection is not that. It wasn't great, as I previously said at the start of this video, but much improved. And it's nice to see the development team cares enough, along with Sega, to keep working on these ports, because it looks like now that we will receive a near perfect port by the time that they're finished with it, along with the additional benefits, of course, of the increased resolution, as well as the bloom lighting effects, which I really like. And it'd been interesting to see what the PC modding community can do in the months to come now it's on Steam, so that's pretty exciting. Anyway, thank you very much for taking the time to watch the video. I hope it's proved useful, and if you're still listening, it'd be cool if you checked out my top 5 Shenmue 2 moments, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!